suburban areas of the highest HIV/AIDS rate in the country of all suburban areas. It's killing an alarming number of African American women. It has become really a pandemic in our area, and I think that more attention from government, from churches, community organizations need to be given to that. And that's just one issue. The other issue is the high property tax and tax rates in this area, where minorities, low income, cannot afford to live in their homes any longer, simply because of high property taxes, high school taxes. So when you begin to talk about school taxes, then you look at the school system, of a rundown school system. So the issues on Long Island, they vary.
Right. So actually that just kind of brought me to another question, being able to afford taxes and I guess housing as well. You know about the Lighthouse Project, correct?
I know some about the Lighthouse Project. I don't know all the details about the Lighthouse Project. So any information I would give you would not be with complete information.
Okay. Well, just they're looking to, renovate that entire area, put housing, I believe it was something like 27 residences.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I've been doing for school as well, citizens' concerns, and a lot of the concern was that the housing wouldn't be affordable.
Right.
For, Hempstead is a minority-majority community, so how do you think that
I think
that
those
will be addressed?
I think those who are in power oftentimes forget the least, the less, and the lost. And so they're trying to revitalize the area. I believe it is by the Coliseum area, where the rental property that's going to be there, or whatever the overall project is going to be, those in this community won't be able to afford to live there. It sounds like the beginning of gentrification to me, where you, what's the best way to move a mass of people? You tax them out. You make rates, rental property that they can afford, and therefore Hempstead is going to look a little different than it is now. And this is just the beginning.
Okay. So just going more into the church itself, what kind of, programs and services, does your church offer besides, regular prayer services?
We do many community meetings here. We believe an informed community is an empowered community. And so oftentimes we have many community meetings here. We had the Rockefeller drug law meeting here for, I think, 2 or 3 years straight. We have had PUSH, People United to Save Hempstead, right here at Union Baptist Church. We serve a food pantry here every week. We've been doing that for years to help those in our community who are basically starving, who have no home, who have no food, who have no clothing. We help them, and there are many other activities that we do here.
Great, that sounds wonderful. So like I said, I was looking around while I was waiting, and I've noticed all the Obama pictures and whatnot. So what did Obama's election mean to you personally, and what do you think it means for your church and African American churches in general?
Sure. For me personally, one of the proudest moments of my life. I'm from Virginia.
Okay.
Highly segregated area of Virginia, where I was only like 10 blacks in my class. So to see President Obama reach the highest position of our nation is really a proud moment for me, to say that we can really ascertain anything that we set our minds to. Do I believe that we are in a post-racial era? No, I don't. Those who say that we are blind. Racism is still prevalent. It still exists, but it allows us to understand that we may have to work harder, but we are capable to do the job. And so when I see the president of these yet-to-be United States of America, whose father is from Kenya and mother from Hawaii, from a spiritual standpoint, it allows me to understand that God is in control. What does it mean for the church, for the community. It means that we can set our goals higher. It means that we have to pray for him. It means that racism still exists and that we need to teach our generations yet to come about racism. And not only that, the sacrifice that so many of our forefathers, those who are buried in the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, those who were hung, as Billie Holiday talked about, strange fruit hanging from trees. We need to teach generations, because what's happening, we have a generation of children who don't look at racism. Right. And race is the way we do, especially for those of us who are from the South. And so it needs to be taught. And we need to embrace our heritage, embrace our tradition, embrace the legacy, and allow and to teach our children to be unapologetic for the color of their skin. That we don't try to fit in. We are God's creation. Okay? And so I believe it says so many things. I could go on and on talking about what Obama's election means to me.
Great. And I was just noticing, I was doing a little snooping. Well, not snooping, but I noticed the letter from Legislator Abrams about the sisters and the struggle. Could you just tell me about that?
Well, what do you, I don't know.
Just what it is.
Sisters in the Struggle is an organization here of African American ladies who band together to serve as young people in this community. And they give scholarship and they do community work with children and what have you. So I don't know what piece of work that you saw hanging on the wall.
It was a letter from him, I guess, commending your work.
I received an award.
Yeah. Okay.
For community service, being the pastor here, from Sisters in the Struggle.
Oh, okay.
That's all that is.
Great. And I noticed one of your pictures, I believe it was with Bishop T.D. Jakes. Mm-hmm. Have you worked with him a lot, or was it one meeting?
There was an historic conclave of preachers, doctors, and professionals that gathered at the Time Warner Center over in Manhattan. I believe it was October of 2007, I believe. We're some of the greatest preachers all across the country, some of the brightest doctors and community workers gathered to address the issue of HIV and AIDS. I did my doctoral work on breaking the barrier of HIV and AIDS in the African American church. And so that conclave was an invited event where you see the picture of T.D. Jakes and I as we address HIV and AIDS in the African American community, as we talk about H.R. 1964, which is a bill that is being introduced by Rangel in regards to the HIV/AIDS Elimination Act. We're fighting this disease wholeheartedly.
Great. All right. And I don't really have any more questions, but is there anything that you would like to...
No, only thing, if you got anything to ask me.
Actually, when I came in, I was just noticing this is a very beautiful church. Would you mind showing me around a little bit?
Sure will.
All right, great. I'll turn this on.